Olá, galera do Tecmundo, eu sou a Fabiana Pires e nós acabamos de ouvir ninguém mais, ninguém menos do que Sir Richard Branson, um dos maiores empreendedores da atualidade, falando aqui em São Paulo durante o VTEX Day. O Richard Branson, ele é o fundador da Virgin Records. Quem é da época dos CDs aí sabe bem de que negócio eu estou falando. Ele também é o fundador da Virgin Airlines, uma companhia aérea. E hoje ele está à frente de uma empresa que quer levar todo mundo para o espaço. Ele falou durante o painel de hoje sobre algumas das lições que aprendeu ao longo do caminho para se tornar esse exemplo de empreendedor de sucesso que existe hoje em todo o mundo. E você confere só aqui no Tecmundo.
We're both doing things a little differently. I think there's, when I asked the audience how many people wanted to go to space, that 99% put their hands up. So there needs to be more than one company offering people a chance to go to space. I think the experience will be different, and people will maybe prefer one or the other, or if they can afford it, they'll do both. But it's fantastic. I think that there are now already 3 companies that are private companies that are working on this. We will go into businesses where we feel that other people are not doing it well. So, for instance, we're building 3 cruise ships. I have no interest in going on a cruise ship, but the kind of cruise ship that we will build, I will want to go on, and I think other people will want to go on it. We're building city hotels. Most experiences in hotels are pretty awful. That we opened our first hotel in Chicago. It was voted Condé Nast Traveler's best hotel in America. I think we know how to create the kind of hotel that myself and my friends would love to stay at. So we set a criteria. Can we make a real difference in an industry? And if we feel it's going to enhance the Virgin brand and it's going to make a difference, we'll do it. And I think using yourself to promote your business is cheap, and you can have a good laugh and it's fun to do it. And I think that, every Virgin company has benefited from the fact that the previous Virgin company has the quality that we produced has been good, and therefore it's been easy to then promote the new company. People expect a lot from Virgin, but hopefully we deliver. Yeah, I'm not sure that I've ever felt we were losing our vision. But you're right. It's important to keep a clear vision all the time. I think when I got to 40 years old, I remember having a slight midlife crisis. I'd been working since I was 15, and I said to my wife, I think I'm going to give everything up and I'm going to go to university. And my wife's no fool. She just said, you want to go to university with all those young girls, you just get back to work. So I had to go back to work, and she was of course very sensible and very right. So no, I don't think we've lost the purpose, apart from maybe just that. Well, I'm married, so I'm definitely saying no to beautiful women. That could be trouble. Almost every second of every day, we have a new project, come to Virgin. And if I'm riding on a bicycle, there'll be the bike pitch. If I'm in a lift, there'll be the elevator pitch. If I'm walking, there'll be the walking pitch. There's somebody pitching something all the time. So I have had to learn the art of being polite and sort of saying no in a nice way. And I hate doing it, because I remember being 15, begging favors from people, and sometimes you need that favor, you need that leg up. So it's not a nice thing saying no. Saying yes is a lot more fun. Well, I just had to use 5 words: screw it, just do it, and which basically means, if you have an idea that you think can improve other people's lives, don't just talk about it, put it into practice. And it is the entrepreneurs that change the world and change countries and employ all the new people. It's up to politicians not to get in their way and to encourage them and let them flourish. And it's so exciting to see so many young entrepreneurs in, all over the world and in Brazil in particular. One thing I would suggest to the Brazilian government would be that, we managed to persuade the British government to not just give loans for people to go to university, but to also give loans for people who want to start businesses. And we have something called Virgin Startup Loans in the UK, where we've given loans to 2,000 young people to help them start their businesses. That's something we're trying to encourage other countries to follow suit.
Como não é de se estranhar, no momento em que o país vive um cenário político turbulento, o Richard Branson também opinou sobre como os políticos devem, ou na verdade não devem, interferir na vida dos empreendedores. Ele também falou sobre a ação recente da Prefeitura de São Paulo, na região da Cracolândia, no centro da cidade.
Who's heard of what happened in Crocolandia? It should be something people know, because I mean, like there you had a situation in Brazil where they were really working on trying to help the drug users. They were working with the drug users. They were doing everything they could to get them back on their feet, and it was working. And the amount of crime dropped by 50%. It was a good example of how Brazil should be behaving. And some idiot sends 900 militarized police in. Destroys these people's lives. I mean, within the last few days, they're ending up in prisons and sleeping on concrete floors, and their homes have been destroyed, and it's not good. This whole war on drugs, and I'm sorry, I'm repeating what I said earlier. It's doing so much harm, we've just got to wake up. People got to read about, what's happening in countries where they're not doing this and why it's working. And South America, of all places, that is being punished more than any other place in the world. You're the place that should say, why should America be legalizing marijuana and South America still punishing its young people? It's just, for God's sake, regulate these drugs and have done with all the pain and the misery that it's been caused. Thank you.